I'm Shiko.
I'm Nyam.
And I'm Gavani.
And this is
A
Okay.
Q
A
R
C.
C.
Boom, boom,
Gang,
boom.
gang, gang,
Whoa. We back,
Brand
baby.
new.
gang, gang.
We
Like we
back.
never left.
New. Brand new. Season 3.
Wow, wow, wow. Gang, we are
Thank
really
you.
in
We're so
season 3.
excited. Thank
Who
you.
could
Oh, it's
have
been so
who
good.
could have thought?
Who could have? Who could have thought?
Well,
I
it's
could
come in
never.
a it's happened in
I
a
could
Giphy
never make it without
without
you.
you. Me could never make it without you.
Make it without
Eh.
you. Make it without you. Whoa. Thank you
Ah,
guys for
You.
joining us. We are back
Yes.
with season 3. As you can see, we are still Elaine's biggest fans.
pull up.
Speak for
Honestly, I feel
yourself.
like there was a time where Elaine had a monopoly in the Nairobi music scene.
When I tell you I went to see her in Carnival live, don't joke with me.
Nuh-uh.
Girl,
Really?
where?
I feel
Where?
like I don't know you
Don't
at
play with
all.
me. I was there
Eh,
singing songs. Oh, word for word.
Wow.
Send me a song.
Excellent.
Tell me I
Even
don't
me,
know
I
the
don't think there's
lyrics.
an Elaine song you can send me that I
Lyrics
cannot
and
sing word
I,
for word.
we
Yeah,
together.
I have
Yeah,
some
man.
work to do.
That's so much
Maybe
fun.
I don't know any of them, even the ones that you were singing just now.
Barbie.
That's
She's a
why I
Barbie.
could not
Oh my god.
participate. I
Wow.
cannot
You're a
identify.
fancy babe. Where? Scarab. Oh my gosh.
Anyway, how have you
Anyway,
guys been? How is your week? Gadani?
Okay, what is a week? This week has been a movie. This week has been a movie. A friend of ours lost a parent, so it was a sad time. It's that part of our lives where we're realizing that one, we're adults. You know, the thing is, in my life, I've always felt like I know I'm an adult because, like, I parent and everything, but normally in some things like committees and stuff I didn't have to participate still. For events I just show up, and it's the fact that we are the ones who are like trying to figure out what is being done where, how, when, by who needs to know like licenses, and it's just so weird to
Adulting.
see us like, yeah, but like we're the adultest adults, normally there's been a layer above us, and then now it's just like, oh wait, like when someone's like, we're the adults, we're the ones who'd be called, and I don't know that I was ready to be that person yet. I feel like I still want a layer of adults above me, so that when I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing, hello person, please come and be an adult here. But yeah, it was crazy, and then it was fun because also your sister turned old, so it was also confusing having that, the extreme sadness and joy in, like, what this week was. Let me tell you exactly what this week was. Inside Out, Inside Out, how at the end there's the ball of emotions that's
What
multicolored.
is inside
it's a
out?
Oh my
movie.
god, okay,
Inside
so
out.
It's
Inside
a
Out is a
movie. I'm seeing
Pixar
your
movie.
confusion. I haven't
It's
watched
about
it though.
emotions, and like happiness, let's say, has its color, sadness has its color, anger has its color, and it feels like every thought or moment has like a specific color. Like this moment was happy, so it's happy's color, and this moment was sad, so it's sad's color, or this moment was angry, so it's like red. But then at some point, spoiler alert, also if you've not watched the movie, there's a ball that was multicolored because it's just like, it's a memory that was happy, sad, angry, like, everything you have envy. It's everything that can be an emotion made this memory. So it's not extreme to anything or particular to anything. It's just the colored ball. This week felt like that. It felt like that, sad, happy, like angry. It was so great to see how friends, like my friends, show up. Let me tell you, I have the best friends in the world. And I knew that. But like, wow, I have the best friends in the world. And it's just like that. It's just been like that. But also, because, our firstborn was born. But yeah, that's what my week was like.
Yum.
My week was the same as Gavani's, honestly. Um, yeah, it was the same, up and down, up and down. But I also had my birthday.
Woo,
So
woo, woo, woo,
I'm,
woo,
One
woo, woo.
yeah,
time for the birthday beach.
Two
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 time,
time, two
time for
time
the
for the birthday
birthday.
sweet
Three
time.
time,
three
three
time for the
time for the
birthday.
birthday beach. Oh,
And you don't give
forget it
up because
like
it's your
it's your
It's your
birthday.
birthday
birthday
beach.
beach.
Wow.
Period.
Yeah, and I
Hello.
really did. I went to the gym in the morning and did like a throwdown
Oh my
workout.
God, I
Gadani came with
forgot.
me, which
The
was a
things I do
surprise
for
to
love.
everyone because Gadani is very categorical about working out on the weekends. So thank you. I felt the love, but yeah, it was a lot of fun. I think I was overwhelmed by how sweet everyone was at the gym. Like I mean, I knew I wanted to work out for my birthday, but like just everyone was like, they celebrated it with me, and that felt very special. It was unexpected also. So that was nice. And then we went out also. Hey, I think I'll still be recovering for the next 14 business days because damn. Um, it was so much fun, but
It's like a
like
free trial.
yeah, it was a lot of fun. But yeah, I think just
Where
the
did you guys
heaviness
go?
of this week. We went to Alchemist. Mixmaster Lenny and I share a birthday, so he had
Pew,
said that
pew.
that's where he would be. So we actually even got to hang out, and yeah, the music was dope throughout. 10 out of
DJ Case
10.
was also there. Oh my God.
Yeah,
Case is in Nairobi.
Yeah,
imagine.
He
it was so exciting.
moved.
He moved. So that's why all of us were like, we didn't know he's in town. Let me tell you, it was so lit. Oh, I was so happy. Anyway,
We had a time. We
guys,
had a time.
we
I
had
got home at
a
4,
time last night.
which
Ah, four
is,
is decent.
Girl,
girl, 4 for
ask her.
me is like 10
At her
a.m.
age, she needs to be
Yeah,
getting home
At
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 her big
12
age,
my
she needs to be going
4
home early.
is
at
10
midnight.
a.m. Hey, yeah, I nearly
Midnight.
overdo, but it was so much fun. That's the thing that I knew I wanted to dance for my birthday. I didn't know how it would come about, but that's the one thing I knew for sure. Since that happened, I feel good. I feel ready for the world. Yeah.
Love
Now where
that.
Shiko?
Woo, how was your week, Wanjiko?
Ooh, Shika's week was dramatic. Shika's
Tell
week
us.
was dramatic. Um, I it's the second to last week of school. Um, am I just going to drop this here? I quit my job. What?
Resigned,
Wow.
which sounds like
I
you didn't know what you are doing.
resigned.
Gang,
I
gang. Pew,
know.
pew, 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 pew,
I
pew.
resigned from my job. Um, that's all I'm gonna say about that right now. But I had a lot of sick days that I needed to take before the end of the school year, so I decided to use them last week. So I went to work on Monday. Um, End of my story. That is the only business day that I was in commission, Monday. The rest of the week I was just chilling at home. I had a little bit of an incident where I ended up falling and I ended up having to go to hospital. They pumped me with a lot of drugs and IVs and everything, hydration salts, all those hydration salts that Nyam was trying to give me in Nairobi.
But I like how you've
That
made
I
it
was
sound like in a
refusing.
sentence so calm. It's like, yeah, I was pumped. Wow, what a movie our life has been. But hey, let's go off with your
This
Yes,
chick
story.
took the sick days and then became sick for real, real.
She said,
she
I'ma
did.
use
God damn.
them.
Yeah.
Surely.
God.
I ended up having some I collapsed and hit my head, and it was just a dramatic event. But the hospital still doesn't know what's wrong with me. They want to say it's vertigo because that's the only conclusion that they came to. My blood tests and everything were normal. So, with that being said, I still have a lot of testing that I need to go for. I need to go see a neurologist to make sure my brains are still functioning to their highest capacities, which I'm sure they are.
How many brains do
Um,
you have?
Big brains. Hello.
Oh, gang, gang. So there's a school that used to be called Sunbing Brain Academy in Kino.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Imagine.
Yeah. So yeah, my next couple of weeks will be full of, I'm sure, going in and out of doctors' offices trying to figure out what the hell actually happened. But I am here, I'm alive, I'm well, I am okay. I have one more week of school. It'll be an emotional week coming up, I know, just because of saying bye to my students, and they didn't take it well at all that I'm leaving them. Where as soon as, even especially my dance girls, after I told them that I'm like still gonna be there for them and whatever, and then I'm like, oh, by the way, I'm not coming back to this school no
JK.
longer. um it was a dramatic event, but I'm sure I'm on the right path.
Yeah.
So that's how I
Oh,
feel.
influencership coming true. Gang, 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 gang. Watch us become the
Yeah.
Kardashians.
Nyam,
Ooh,
Nyam, why you at
where is
Nyam?
our
Gadani, you're
reality
making it
show?
sound like I quit my job to become an influencer.
No, you didn't.
Don't
But the
lie to
Lord,
the
I feel
people.
like Jesus is telling you,
But if I
this
become an
is your path.
influencer, guys, I hope you follow me. How about
Not, I
Shiko
hope
on all social media platforms?
follow now because she's becoming an influencer and she has to become one because I'm tired of working hard and I can't marry a rich old man. So I need a sister who will do what Kim did for the Kardashians. So Shiko, thank you. This is
Yeah.
it's
You
up.
don't know,
My
nowadays I
future
keep telling
depends on you.
people I don't want a sugar daddy, I want a diabetic daddy.
Oh my,
The one who will give
show me.
all the gifts and the everything, but without the expectation
Can
of
keep
any
the sugar.
sugar. Yeah,
But
he's
that
like,
means
I
you
don't
have
need
to.
your sugar.
What he'll need from you is insulin. Do you have that?
Actually, on that note, let's do spin the wheel. Not insulin.
Let us
Yeah.
spin
Wow.
this wheel.
Oh, it's time.
Twist me, turn me like crazy. Wind it up,
My
you can't stop this party. Na, 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 na,
kind of
na,
DJ,
na,
you are the people. Play, play, play.
play, play, play. That's the
Let the
extended
record spin,
version.
spin, spin, spin me
Well,
head.
then, today
Spin,
we
spin,
have
spin,
landed at
spin
in
me
my
head.
sights. In my sights.
Ooh.
So, what do you
Anjiko,
guys
I feel
have?
like you need to start this.
I have to start this one
Yeah, you
because
have to be the
honestly,
one.
it's
Kim
just the perfect
Kardashian.
segue.
Let's go.
In my sights, it's kind of confusing actually because I'm not quite sure where my journey is leading me. However, I don't feel anxious about it. So in my sights is that clarity of what the path is. um in my sights is finishing off this week well and saying my goodbyes and leaving on a good foot. In my sights is going to the damn doctor to figure out what the fork is going on with my
And you better do
body.
that, bitch.
Yes. So that's what's in my sights. Nyambura, what are you
Nayambura.
looking forward to? Newly, are
Nice.
we exposing the age?
Yeah, I don't mind. I'm 38. Actually, at the gym, people were quite surprised. They thought I was lying that I am 38. And
Let me believe you're
Literally.
lying if I didn't know you.
wow. I feel I feel I feel so proud. I don't know. I'm grateful.
What
Like
is it
I never
about
thought
knowing
that
her
this
that
would
makes
be
her
a thing.
38?
No. That's not
Kadhani,
Kadari, that's not what I meant.
Kadhani
Look
is
at this
twisting.
drama.
This chick, she's the drama in every situation.
She really is the drama.
Am I the drama?
You
No, if
really
I didn't
are.
know that was Yani, if I didn't know her government, like if I didn't know her
Not
birth
her government.
certificate.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'm sorry.
So yeah,
Continue.
so what I'm looking forward to is I have some training opportunities that I'm carrying out in the next maybe 2-3 weeks. June is gonna be a kind of busy time. So now that I've kind of started doing leadership training as well, I'm going to work with about 16 entrepreneurs from across Africa as well in the next couple of weeks. Yeah, so I feel like on the work front, it's like a really yummy, impactful time in the next, like maybe from end of May into June. So I'm looking forward to that. I love when I'm excited about what I do. So yeah, that's what's in my sights. Gadosh?
I don't know that I have anything in my sights. I feel like I really want to take a break. You know, today I was thinking about it. I feel like I need to find things I like to do when when I have time off. So in my sights is probably
Not even looking
discovering what
forward to
I
Boys
like
to
to do.
Men.
Girl, no, listen. I'm
What's going
fast
on?
looking for someone. Boys to Men is coming.
It took
Kenya.
Nairobi.
Yes, on 10th June. Let me tell you a story. When you guys were laughing at me saying, we
Are you
belong
going with
together.
mom?
Do you see how? Hold on first. I just needed to know, dear Nairobi, you're welcome. I manifested this. Because when you guys were laughing at me last season, talking about, and then you were like, what, Ebusi
That I
again?
manifested
I'm the one who has brought
this.
them here. So, first of all, someone needs to buy me a ticket because Nairobi, you're welcome. Okay. Anyway, I'm looking forward to Boys to Men. I'm looking forward to discovering what I like to do for myself, like in my downtime. Because I feel like nowadays all I do is sleep, and sleep is it's nice, but I need to do like what do I want to do? What's my hobbies? Well, if I had a pen pal, what would I tell them my hobbies are? At the moment, I have nothing. So
But you gym,
in
is
my
that
sights
does
is
that
Did you
count
ever
discovering.
have
as
a
a
pen
hobby?
pal?
I had a fake one, Shiko, to answer your question. There's a time we had a Bible
You made
study
it up.
and children. No, oh, not an imaginary one.
Not an
Hold on.
Oh, I
imaginary
was gonna
pen
be like,
pal.
that's
There's a
really sad.
difference.
Like, we need to get you some
No,
friends
no,
because, like, how are you having an
no,
imagine?
no. So when we were young, children in America used to write us letters to be like, Merry Christmas to you. We were meant to write them back. I never did. So I had a half pen pal in that they wrote to me and I never wrote back.
You used to receive
So I had a
letters,
pen pal.
basically.
But
Yeah.
guys,
A
basically
read
I
pal.
started ghosting before ghosting was a thing. Okay. I'm a pen
No,
pal
but you know
ghoster.
the sad part is Americans and how ignorant they are. They probably thought some crazy shit.
Yeah, they were like, it didn't reach her tree. And that guy was right. They were like, the wind blew it past my tree house, you know. The
My
lion
God.
Oh,
ate my
God.
letter. Anyway, whatever they needed to think. So I had a half pen pal. I ghosted him. I think his name, I can't
Lion
remember
ate
his
my
name.
letter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guy.
Jam, what
Great.
was your question? I can't remember. There was another question, but yeah.
No, I was saying, is going to the gym a hobby?
It's not a
Because I
hobby.
mean, like,
I go to the
you're
gym
out.
because it's not a
That's self
hobby.
care, that's lifestyle.
Yeah, it's lifestyle. That's not a
Mm.
hobby. I mean,
Yeah.
But
wow.
wouldn't whatever
People
you
say
like to
going to the gym
do
is a
fall in that
excuse me,
category
please.
still?
No. I want to be able to say I went hiking. What are things people do? Like take up photography again, or
Oh, okay.
That makes
I
sense.
drove to Naivasha
In
and I
your free
sat and
time,
watched the
Yani.
sunset. Yeah, like something to do in my free
Mm.
time. Gym
Yeah.
right now is a job. You know, it's like if I don't do it, I'm failing. It's not the
That's your
same.
5
It's
to
not.
8.
Yeah, it's my 5 to 8 p.m. I mean,
Yeah.
it's
Mm.
not the same. It's not
Okay.
an option. It's not like what do I feel like doing for fun? Oh, let me go to the gym. No,
Yeah.
it's if I
Mm.
don't go to the gym, I'ma kill somebody, and I'm too cute to be in Langata. So
It keeps us
It keeps
sane.
us.
it keeps
So,
us in.
this episode, we're going into hair. We're going to be discussing
Ooh la
all
la
about the
la.
Nuelles, okay?
Wells.
So, and just the ones on top of our heads, please. So,
Oh, no one was thinking that.
You
Cute.
never know with our audience. All things are possible.
I was thinking
Crazy
armpits, but
girls.
anyway.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, let's pretend.
let's
Next
pretend.
question.
Um, because we're gonna be talking about our hair journeys in the actual episode, I had a question for you guys. I think our audience deserves to know how we are wearing our hair right now. Like, what is your style of choice? Nyam, can you take
Calcit.
us through what is going on
Okay.
on the top of your head?
At the moment, I am sporting a twist out. I had my hair twisted, just 2 strand twists for about 2 weeks, and then I washed it and then took out those twists. So I have a big twist out on my head. It's looking quite nice actually. I can't lie.
It's
If you do
quite
say so
juicy for how
yourself,
long they've been staying like that.
Yeah. But let me
Nyansi
tell you,
knew.
I
Nyansi
have
always
maybe
does
just
that.
like a few more days before I start. Like my detangling is going to take like hours.
But
As if
doesn't
you're
your
the
babe
one
So
doing
detangle for
it.
you? Yeah, I'm like, look at her
yeah, they'll
pretending.
detangle it, but I can't be annoyed to just sit.
You'll
Kwenda
read a
uko,
book.
that is a
Oh,
struggle
listen,
that
Spotify. What a princess. May your diabetes daddy find you.
Amen.
Kazani, what is
Anyway.
going on?
ATM, I have twists on my hair using braids. What happened is I texturized my hair, I got tired. And then I shukad matutas. Sorry, what did we call them? Three strand twists, whatever. And then, because the idea was to have like a braid out. Is that what it would be called? What's a braid out twist out?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
if you had braids
And
and
then
then
I
you
was
took
like,
them out.
okay, but it was braids with my hair. Anyway,
Three
I was like, my
strand
hair will be
twists.
out. That is what I was going to have. But then I came to my house and I found braids that I had left over from another time I had braids. And so what happened is
Peace.
I did my own hair. Please usiaisema hivyo. Jishes.
Alipata kona piece.
My girl. Gadhoni has exited the conversation. So I found the Afro kinky type hair things, and they were just as many as my matutas, and so I twisted on top of my hair. So I have like the three strands twist inside of that, and you know I'm the queen of doing my own hair, so I should be able to have this for a couple more days. Also, it's because my growth is happening, and I don't want to like go yet to retexturize. So yeah, that's what's happening. Wanjiko, what you got on your hair, on your heart,
Right now, I am
on your
spurring
brains?
a wash and go.
A real
Um,
one?
a real wash and go for real. What I did is I had braids that I had since Nairobi.
Follow us on Instagram to see what was happening, to see the
Lord,
nest.
I'm telling you, goddess braids are a lie. They are the biggest scam to man
Hashtag
I have
For
bird
ever
sure.
watching.
known. Those things, I had a whole bird's nest on the back of my head.
Don't
Literally,
say
like
it.
I could have been hiding eggs and you wouldn't have known, and they would have been warm and hatched.
Yeah. She
Like,
said,
don't even play about it.
your new hobby is bird watching from the back of your head.
Bad hatching.
Oh, wow. Sorry.
Oh my gosh. So yeah, so I spent some time detangling. Yesterday was my hair day. I washed it myself. I'm also a very diligent person when it comes to taking care of my hair, just so you know. Um so I did the whole detangle, leave it with pre-poo, and then I washed and conditioned, and then
What? Pre-poo?
yeah, and then I deep conditioned. I sit with my deep conditioner in heated dryer for a couple of hours, or at least an hour, and then I do conditioner, or leave-in conditioner and gel.
Could never be
Okay.
me.
Yeah.
Let me tell you. I'm tired, but let me also tell you, those curls are popping. You look like your hair is looking so
Thanks.
juicy.
Thank
Just
you.
juicy.
Jeez.
It's dripping.
Yeah,
Slurps.
looks tam.
It said,
Yeah.
Anyway. Hiya.
anyway,
So we go into
enjoy the
it?
episode. Let's
Let's do
Let's
it.
enjoy.
go.
Okay, so for the first episode of this season 3, we wanted to keep it a little lighter, and we're gonna discuss our journey with our hair. As you know, we are 3 black, beautiful African
Yes.
ladies.
Come on, girl. You better tell them.
Everything.
My hair.
Sing it, yes. And obviously hair is a big part of our community and our journeys, and it's been tied to how we view ourselves a lot in different industries. So we're gonna start off with just explaining what our hair journey was, how we wore it when we were younger, what the rules were, and everything like that. Nyambura, our firstborn, let
Wow.
Wow.
us start with you.
Not our firstborn.
I am happy to go before. I am the John the Baptist of the group. Thank you.
Jesus.
Oh my gosh, maybe I don't want
Jesus.
to be that guy because I get
Yeah,
beheaded.
I'm like, what a dramatic
Yeah,
death.
your story is also very dramatic.
Although
You
since
were
we're
served
speaking
on a
about hair,
platter.
oh, so
At
I
least her
take it
hair
back.
looked nice on that damn platter.
Maybe
Where?
it was John with the good hair.
But if
Actually, we're digressing even.
oh my
Anyway,
gosh. Anyway,
so
let's get back into it.
when I was young, I remember having to go to the salon like I think maybe once a month. In primary school, it was determined for us how we could wear our hair. So we used to just have lines facing, like lines that go back. Lines are cornrows, but with your natural hair. So you couldn't have braids attached to it. So it would
You know
just
what my
be
saloon calls them now?
what? What?
Wig lines.
Oh,
No,
I
no,
guess.
no. They say it's a wig braid down. That's what it's called. Wig braid
Oh,
down. So
geez.
when I want just straight back lines, I say wig braid down.
Perfect. So
So
we used to have to
complicated.
braid down our hair in school, in primary school. That was the standard style that you were allowed as part of uniform. So I remember having to go to do my hair so often. Now I have a lot of hair. My hair is quite thick. But I always remember that being a bad thing as I was growing up because getting my hair done was so frustrating for different hairdressers. So the wash is okay, but when it comes to like blow dry, I can't tell you the number of times I've broken people's combs as they tried to blow dry my hair. In fact, there's one lady who was so upset um, that when the comb broke, she hit my head with the blow dryer. And of course she was like, usiambie kina mami. You know, now like after the end, she's trying to make it that, oh, it was a mistake or whatever. These people really be trying us. But the long and short of it is that I had very thick hair,
Not the long and
which
short.
was it was difficult to manage. Or my idea of what hair was is just that it's a pain, it's stressful. So that's younger in terms of my primary school experience, and then in high school, we had to have our hair open. Now, I think the key thing I have not mentioned so far is Vava had said that we cannot perm our hair until we turn 18. So
Mm.
while a lot of the people I went to school with had relaxed hair or permed hair, I had my thick for C. I mean, I think I'm a
You're in
5A.
the five.
Like
You're a five.
for D or
You're off the charts.
of the charts. Yeah, so I had that hair to deal with in boarding school. And those days we didn't have all the information we have now. So I used to go and have it blow dried and hot combed before school so that it's like flat to give it room to now retain moisture and that back and forth. And in those days we
What
never used
moisture
to.
are they even giving you? Nice and lovely, and then they pack it on your scalp and everything, and then they put it on the ends, and then when they're blow drying it, you're seeing smoke.
Yeah,
Girl, nice and
but
lovely, your ducks. Please.
yeah, I'm like Nice and Lovely is a different time. As we were Ducks and
It was
Venus, those
ducks.
were the two options,
Wow.
right? So, but the thing
Wow.
that's so interesting to me is at that time I didn't know about heat damage. So I actually thought for my hair to smoke means it's being done well. At least now it will be straight the way I like it to be done. So I actually feel like that smell of burning hair and oil for me used to be comfort. It used to be like now I can manage it. Wow, how the things have changed. Wow, but I was just out here rocking my heat damage, but that was the only way I knew for my hair to be sustainably styled in school. So those are the two ways I wore my hair maybe as a young lady. How about you guys?
Gathani?
Myself, since we're in the same school, I had to do those wig braid downs. Straight back, no, like we couldn't be fancy for nothing. And so we used to go and do our hair every 2 weeks. But then the problem is we used to do our hair at Kenyatta Market. Bless them.
Aunty Saloon.
Um, um I tell people I'm a princess. I don't think people understand. My scalp said I don't like sharing combs. So my scalp would get infected. And I didn't want my hair cut, so we did everything. I remember I was that kid who had to put the coconut oil, and I'm not talking bougie coconut oil now that smells like coconuts in the sand and makes you feel like summertime. No, no. I'm talking about that white, thick thing that you'd smell and you're just like, "Huh," like that. I
I
had to
remember
smell like
that
that,
bottle so
Even
vividly. It
me
almost had
right?
like a
too.
body.
It
You
had
know
Yes,
a
what
and
I
then
mean?
it
body.
was like written, it wasn't even written in black, it was written in brown. It was just like, "Ugh." Yeah. Anyway, I was the
I
kid
can
who used to
smell
go to
it
school
Confirm.
too.
smelling like,
Whoa.
Yeah.
yeah, I used to
God
be the kid
bless
who goes
you.
to school smelling like that because I Lil didn't want to cut my hair. Lil was not ready. But it got crazy. So I even had to like get out. I remember the white dawa. Let me tell you how it used to stress me because I went from being the girl who smells like coconut oil to being the girl who had white.
Oh yeah.
It's fine.
You look like
It's
you're
fine. I'm
dandruff.
cute, guys. I'm cute, so it doesn't matter.
Ringworms even.
Anyway, so
Oh
I used to make
yeah.
sure that you can't see it because I didn't like. Do you know those GV kids? You know, those kids would just come with the blue. I never wanted to be a GV kid,
Oh
and I
yeah.
was basically becoming that. So I had short hair. My hair was cut because like we had to figure it out. And then praise the Lord for sulfur 8. Because we discovered sulfur 8 and it actually medicate like the med. Now understand, I hated the smell of sulfur 8.
Mm.
However, I have always there's a point in time, well not always, not anymore, but there's a point in time for me, short hair wasn't cute, right?
Hmm.
So I always wanted to be cute. Like I didn't feel cute with my short hair. So I felt like I
Mm.
looked like a boy. um I didn't like earrings, so I mean I just looked, and I was tomboyish, so I really did look like a boy. um
You never look
so
like
it
a
was,
boy.
girl, please, I looked like,
Her
my name
perception
was
of
John,
herself.
okay, John
Yeah.
Karanja.
I guess
It's my
John is the
name.
vibe of this episode.
John Karanja.
We went
John
from John the
Karanja, I
Baptist
looked
to
like,
John Karanja.
hey, yeah, and I was not John with the good hair, please. But yeah,
Oh
so
yeah.
sulfur 8 allowed me to be able to grow my hair again. So I hated the smell of it. It was still not cool to smell like sulfur 8 because, yuck, why are you using that instead of the Venus that smells nice? You know, because when your hair is done for shh, you come out smelling like you have come from the hairdressers. But now I was still the kid who smelled like medicated thing, but at least I had my hair, so I was cool with that. And yeah, so that's basically in high school. So in high school, they used to make us have open hair. I don't know which demon decided that is what children should do, but with
In a boarding
6C
school.
hair,
The
yeah, I had
audacity.
6C hair. It's June, it's raining. I can't carry a hair dryer because I think the sockets used to be turned off because you know you shouldn't have an electronic in this space. So I can't carry a hair dryer. And then like Nya mentioned, we didn't know these things for how you should sleep. You know, we used to take leggings, like the stockings, we used to cut off the legs, tie a knot at the top, okay? And then wear that. People call them wig caps nowadays. They're not wig.
Pantyhose.
Pantyhose.
We used to take pantyhose. Us guys call them stockings, okay? You cut the
Wow.
legs off and you tie a double knot because now then it becomes like a hat. Okay. And you sleep with that on your head. Now, if you had a function
Oh
in
gee,
school,
guys, we could have started wig cups a long time ago and made a lot
Man.
please,
of money.
a lot of
Missed
money. And then,
opportunity.
man, for real, because wigs weren't
Wow.
cool, but that's another story. Anyway, so you have this thing, and then if I needed to go for like an event or something, and I had open hair, I'd have to comb my hair like an Afro comb. Then you comb with the, what's the other comb that's straight like this? That one. Anyway, that one. Then you use a brush, and then you brush it, and then you tie your hair until you can't feel your veins. You know when you feel like your eyes are going
You
backwards,
pull your
and you
eyes.
feel like, yeah, when it feels like you're getting a headache, that's when you know it's tight enough. And then you put the stocking on top, okay? Because in the morning when you wake up, it's gonna be laid down. Because did we know about gel? No, we didn't know all of these things. But anyway, that was the journey um, in high school. And my hair, because again, when it touches water, it would get so poofy. So in the front, it would look like an afro. And then I'm trying to hold it back because again, we were told if your hair is like, we couldn't do the band and have it open. That was unkempt wild hair. It has to be straight, like it has to be in a hairband, okay, at the back. So I used to look like a crazy person because when my hair touches water, it would be a big puff, and then like only three strands can fit inside like the hairband at the back. So it looks like, like tying, it's like putting a rubber band on your finger. But I have so much hair. That's how I used to look. Anyway, that was my life. Yeah.
Oh,
But also, I
well,
Interesting.
hated my hair. I also broke a comb.
yikes.
Anyway, I
If you
broke
haven't
Shosho's
broken a
comb and
comb,
got in
Yeah,
trouble
like
for it as
do you
well.
even
So,
have
is it 60? I mean,
and
yeah.
and
Yoshiko?
if you didn't smell,
Speaking of
Jesus.
6C, do you remember 7Cs? The way mom
Oh
used to make
God,
us
liver
drink
oil.
that shit.
Please don't say used to make us. Are you not the child who used to cry?
I used to
I
love it.
want
I'm not gonna lie.
dawa. Yuck. Let me tell you
Yeah.
how we used to pray we
I
fall
loved
asleep.
cod liver oil. And us guys weren't
Yuck.
given the tablets. We were given the
Oil,
Fish
oil.
oil.
the oil, yeah, the fish
Ugh.
oil. And the funny part is the one that was orange or the different flavors,
You
those
didn't
would
like
make me
it.
sick.
Yeah,
Those
you
would
didn't
make
like.
me
You
sick.
liked
Me,
the
I liked the
original.
straight up original oil.
Oh my
So I
God.
used to remind mom, we haven't taken.
We haven't
Actually,
taken
this chick,
dawa.
actually.
Yuck. Okay, yuck. Actually, you owe us for our
Listen, the
trauma.
Mocorino
I'm
life
sending
chose
you.
me.
I'm sending you.
Indeed,
I'm
it
sending you a
did.
bill for Nene therapy.
Yeah, so for me, my hair journey was a lot different. Because first of all, I don't know where I got my hair. I am fully Kikuyu. However, my hair is that of a mixed, a
Mm.
mixed,
A mixed vote. Gosh,
a
say a
You're
mixed
so
mixed.
shady.
race. That of a mixed race. I think I
Yeah.
have. I would say 3C 3D is D a thing? I don't know.
I don't think there's a
C
D.
for
C.
A hair is where I would
Mm,
say my hair is. It's very curly. It's
mm,
that of wash and goes. I can just pack a leave-in and
for
gel
sure.
and walk out of the house and be
Me, I
fine.
can
Must be
have a
nice.
wash and stay, wash and leave, wash and sit, wash and think. Actually, mine is a wash and work at one go. Okay, thank you. Anyway,
Wow.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So for me, I used to have to do my hair every 2 weeks. Which was a pain for me because also I was very active. I was the kid who did all the sports and I also was a big swimmer. So I was forever in the water. My hair would get messy very fast. So every 2 weeks I would be getting my hair done. For most of the time it was like those straight backs. I think mom just really liked that lines. And when I was in primary school is when we were allowed to experiment a little more with our hairstyles, even in uniform. So you could have lines that go like pussycat, which is like
Which are
the
actually
two
pigtails.
pigtails.
Yeah, pussycat.
I was trying to
To
explain what
describe for the
pussycat is.
people what
Pigtails,
pussycat
but then
is.
they're still braided.
Yeah.
Okay, and we used to have banana nyam.
That's when all the braids come to like the center
it's
of
just
it,
a
like
high
like a
ponytail,
high
guys. Yeah.
ponytail. I was going to say
High
musodo,
ponytail with
but
lines.
musodo is just sending people further away from the banana. Okay.
Yeah. We used to
Not
have
most of those sending people away.
half lines and half maturas. That
Yeah.
is.
That's just the wig back nini, up to half your head, and then we used to call them rasta. But
In the
it's really
back.
just
You mean box
yeah,
braids?
not box braids
Hey,
because you're
trying to
using your actual
translate
hair.
Yeah,
They are called
natural
what's
hair.
matuta? Um,
three strand
three
twists.
Tattoo.
strand tattoos, three
Oh my
strand
god.
braids with your hair.
Twists.
Oh my gosh. Speaking of, there was also
Having to learn to be a
Dabrat.
naturalista.
I
Hey,
could
the
also do
brand.
Dabrat,
What a
which
throwback.
is
Which is short box braids with rubber bands.
Man, I'm so
these
jealous.
translations. These
Us guys
translations
had
are
one
wild.
hairstyle.
But also,
One.
how crazy I could go to the salon and say, I want the brat, and they'll do for me, not knowing that was an actual person. I didn't know, I swear. I came to know
Wow.
the brat was a person later on in my life.
Oh my God.
This is so embarrassing.
Why have you said that? And the
I would
internet will
have
have
gone
this
to the
information
grave.
forever.
I would have gone to the grave with this
Really?
information.
You said it willy nilly without being even told it. I mean, wow. I
Could
Oh
can't
my
say
believe
gosh.
someone named after this hairstyle.
she said,
I just
I knew the
honestly
hair.
thought it was a hairstyle.
Then I met the
Like,
girl and I was like, wow, she has that hair a lot. Oh my God.
I hope you feel
anyway.
judged. Uh-huh.
I do. Anyway, so the thing about mom is mom just liked my hair being neat. So she would tell me to do lines all the way down. I wasn't allowed to experiment with these different things. But around 11, 10, I got rebellious with the kind of styles that I was doing because I really just hated going to the salon, and I had to go twice a month, which is a lot. And it's that process of sitting down, they wash your hair, then they blow dry it until it's straight. He damage we didn't even know existed at that
We
point,
didn't
like
even know
Nyam
that was a
said.
thing.
Dang. Wow, our hair could have been those ones for growing all the way down.
Not could have been, it
Because
is,
I
but
think
who
it
has the
doesn't grow.
patience?
Exactly. It doesn't grow because it has trauma. Anyway.
Mm-hmm. Our hairs can start a podcast.
For sure.
Literally. Anyway,
For sure.
so one time I was in town, and we had gone to the market or something, and so we just went to one of those salons over there downtown to get my hair done, and I was like, I want to dread my hair. I was maybe like 12, 13. Yeah, it was,
Mm.
I got them the day of your graduation, remember?
Oh
Yes.
my
So you
God.
Yeah.
are, yeah,
2009.
Was it?
I don't think it would have been my yeah, it was the day of my graduation, June 2009. But I don't know, were you
Okay.
really? Yeah, so you are 14.
14.
Mm.
14. Yeah. So I tell them like I'm dreading my hair today. Like I don't care. I don't want to do all these other styles. I just want something that will keep me in my mind. That was something that would keep me from going to get it done all the time. You know what I mean? Because if you're locked, you don't have to continually go to the salon every 2 weeks or whatever. So mom was not having it, but the guy convinced her because he was like, her hair is so soft, it's gonna take a while to actually lock up. So let her just do that style. And then in 2 weeks or in a month or whatever it is, her hair will probably not be all the way locked up. So we can just comb it out and she can do something else. So that's kind of how he sold it to her. And at this point, Yam, I think you were a little further along with your journey. We'll get to that. So I locked my hair, and from the time I was 14 till 24, 25, I was locked up.
They won't let
10
Don't
me
let me
years.
out.
out. Yes,
On
Like
cue,
clockwork, like
like
clockwork.
clockwork.
for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. Mm.
So what Chico is referring to is when I finished high school, first, like I mentioned, because I had been told we can't perm our hair, it's the first thing I wanted to do. So I had an aunt who said that it's going to be her treat, and I was taken to Ashley's, which at the time was like so expensive, so fancy, so like out of my reach to do
They
my
offer
Yeah.
you
my
tea.
first relaxer. Yeah, those are the days like it was a big deal for a
Hey,
salon
wow.
to offer you anything to eat,
Yeah. Or
um,
drink.
or drink. Yeah, hey, the service industry has come a long way. So I permed my hair, but it only really lasted 1 year because, first and foremost, I was not prepared for how much smaller my hair would be after suffering. I had really been suffering to tie my ponytails and all of that. I was not prepared for a hairband going round 4 or 5 times when before even getting the second one was tough. But also, I just didn't know how to maintain it. So it started to fall out. And that frustrated me even more. So I cut my hair and I
Why was it
started
falling out?
dreadlocks. If I'm honest, I think it was I think it was a treatment. There's one treatment I did, and I think it just didn't agree with my hair, or maybe it was the way it was done. It was a hot oil treatment. That's when, like, I would sleep and wake up and have like clumps of hair on my pillow.
It's so
Yikes.
scary,
Yeah,
man.
so I panicked and I cut it, and I was like, I think my life is just to be natural. But at that time I was in uni in Athi River, so I decided to lock my hair. I figured that would be the easiest way to do it. Yeah, so I started my lock journey when I was in uni. And like Shiko is saying, I think because I had been locked maybe 3 4 years by the time she was joining the journey, it may have made it just a little easier for mom to accept. But at that time, locks were also like so dramatic. I remember aunties talking to me about how a Christian girl should not have this hair. Someone else told me, you can be kidnapped by Mungiki in the streets. They think you're one of them. Like such dramatized, like people will start thinking that you're a girl of Bangi. There were just
Oh my gosh.
so many like
And
and
I
until I
don't
was
Toyota
smoke
black.
banga.
yeah, and I think also
Wow.
professionally it was a big deal to have like more straight hair. So I remember even wearing wigs or borrowing wigs from mom when I would go for interviews, or yeah, just it was an unprofessional and unserious hairstyle at that time. But I think we've also come a long way since. By the time now I had my second batch of locks after another creamy crack experience, I feel like people had it's a bit more normalized now, and we also have like a lot more resources. Yeah,
Professionally in Kenya, I feel like that one news anchor who did the cover, I think it was of True Love or something like that, and revealed that she had locks under her wigs or
under her
whatever it is. I don't
wigs.
remember
I feel like I
who her
remember that
name
story
is.
because of how it was so
Yeah.
pivotal, but I don't remember
It
which.
was because, yeah, but I don't remember who it was, but I remember that it was a big deal because how did someone with dreadlocks get to that level? Because we'd been made to feel like you can't get anywhere in life with dreadlocks. Like your hair can't be natural and you get anywhere in life.
Yeah.
Yeah. And for
Wow.
me also,
Best
it
kept
was just like, you mean
secret.
you can have big hair and hide it under a wig? When I used to go for interviews, my wig was literally sitting on the top of my hair. Like, it's God. Anyway,
Oh
where
my
I have reached,
gosh.
God is faithful. Because, like,
That's
even
so
trying to
funny.
pick the hair down so that the wig is laid, nah, it was just like
Yeah.
sitting on top of an afro of locks. And I was just
And
like,
that just shows how different our hair textures are, Nyam. Because remember with my locks how many things I was able to do. I could do
yeah,
braids. I could do braids
also.
with my locks and you couldn't even tell.
Yeah, you're right. Well,
It's wild.
Gadash.
Wild.
That's crazy. I could do braids also with my locks, right? Oh, so now, um, like Nyam said, 18, we were not allowed to do perm our hair. My high school journey does not end in high school. It does, but like I did A levels. But the same thing, I went to Uganda. Uganda is more humid and everything. They had the same stupid rule. Who is this? But the person who came up with this rule in schools. I don't know if I should. I'm sure you are not alive because if you were, I'd have prayed a curse upon your life. Anyway, so in Uganda, what I used to do is now because it would get my hair would get so big so fast, I started wearing a band in the front and then leaving it big at the back. And I remember one day I got called by a teacher and I was told your hair is wild and unkempt. You either figure out how to fix it or we are cutting it. Now, like I said earlier, I was attached to my hair. Okay. Remember, I was ready to risk it all and smell like coconut oil. Anyway, I came home and I was like, they told me if I don't figure this out, like, I mean, the hair will be cut, and I didn't want to cut my hair. So, stepmother took me to get the creamy crack. Thankfully, at this point in time, her husband could
Why
not
do you
do
keep saying
anything.
cream and crack? What the hell is that?
That's what
Oh
people
my
with natural
gosh.
hair like. They're like, it's the creamy crack. You're messing your hair.
A
Wah, wah, wah,
perm,
wah.
a
Anyway,
relaxer is called creamy
I
crack.
got.
Me, I thought it was a brand.
Oh my
I
god.
was like, I only
Coming from the
remember Dark
person
and
who thought the
Lovely.
brat was
I
a
only
hairstyle.
remember
Oh,
Cream of
Beautiful
Nature.
beginnings.
I remember, like, what's the one just for kids? I'm like,
Beautiful
where
beginnings.
is
It was
Cream
called
and
Beautiful
Crack?
Beginnings. It's okay. We can create it.
I was so confused. Anyway,
I love this.
wow.
Anyway, so I texturize my hair, and that's the journey that starts. Cause at least in Uganda, they allowed us to have like hair dryers and stuff like that. But, and I mean, texturized hair would be easier to maintain. My problem with it was, because of how thick our hair was, I was end up having to sit. So like the second they're done putting in the chemicals or whatever it is in my hair would start doing that stingy thing, and I'd be like, "Excuse me, my hair is itchy," and they're like, "It can't." The word is hijaiva. It's like it's not ready yet, and I'm just like,
It's not
I don't care.
ripened.
I'm burning.
It's
It's
not
not
right.
ripened. It's not juicy. And I was just like, but I'm burning. And so what would happen is every time after I'd leave the hairdressers, I'd have a part of my scalp that burnt out, like I'd be scabbing. So it would either be in the front or in the middle or at the back, because now they have to insist on doing this combing thing. And because again, I have a lot of hair. So by the time they go in the middle and
And
they
a
comb,
sensitive scalp.
the ends and are sensitive. Guys, I'm a princess. Why doesn't anyone listen to me? Anyway, so by the time they get to the, like, they're done, and after they've combed it, they want it to sit, and I'm just like, I'm burning. I'd always have a scab, so then it would be the next 2 weeks. I'm trying to put a lot of oil in that space and like rub it so that like the oily. Even thinking about it now has given me trauma. But yeah, that's what my life was with the perm. And so one day I came home after done. This is after I'd been in high school with it. I changed the color, which was fun. I was red. I had red hair for a while, and then now
Yeah, I
one day
forgot
I
about
came
that
home.
era.
Oh my god, I'm bringing it back so quickly, my guy. I haven't decided what color, but it's back. But yeah, so I came home one day. I remember that time I lived in Gomo, and I just had enough with my hair. So I washed my hair. I had growth for about 3 or 4 months, and I stood at the mirror and I just cut till the point where I could see like natural hair. Because now again, because my hair gets so thick, I just cut where I could see. And then in the morning, I walked to Kenyatta Market and I got braids done, and that's how my dreadlocks started. Because what I did is just not comb my hair after the locks. I mean, after I removed the braids, I just didn't comb my hair, and so my hair locked into seconds.
Yeah, there was a time we were all locked together.
Yeah, we were
We'd
all
go
locked for a
around and
really
people
long
would be like,
time.
"Oh, the locked
The
sisters."
locked
I was like,
sisters, and then
"Wow."
when we started cutting it, it would be like, no.
Yeah, Nyam, how many locks did you have? How many times did you have locks, rather?
I'm like, wow, that is
Twice.
so specific. So I had locks twice. I started them first when I was in Daystar, and I grew those until I started having a reaction to the product my guy was using. He used to have a homemade solution, and it just started giving me so much buildup. So I just didn't like that white weird stuff at the bottom. So I cut them, and then I grew my hair again. And then when I was in Kampala in 2010, I cut my hair again and started from scratch. And that's now the second time I had the locks, which are the ones I had for about 7 years until I cut them in 2017, 2018. Yeah,
Yeah, and we all cut our hair like around the
around
same
the
year,
same
which poses
time.
an
Yeah.
interesting question. Like, a lot of people say that when a woman cuts her hair rather, that it's a very pivotal moment and she's about to change her life or whatever. What do you guys think about that perspective?
In hindsight, for my dreadlocks, yes. I feel like it was in my relationship at the time. A change. I adjusted. It was an adjustment in my relationship. It was an adjustment in how I viewed myself. I feel like I'd gone through, I think it was the year after I had had um It was a really hard year. I had quit. I didn't know what I was doing. It didn't feel like life was right. And then I don't say awakening, but I had an awakening. um, I remember the year before, towards the end of the year, is the time, trigger warning for people. I had like, my thoughts had gone, I don't think I want to be alive anymore. You know, that kind of thing. I'd really been in 2017. And I remember after that, my dreadlocks just felt like a weight. It was just like, I think I'm done with you guys. But I think it's because I'd come out of that season. So they felt a bit of, not a reminder, but just like a shedding. You know how snakes change skin? Felt like I needed to change my skin. So that's why I was just like, I can't do this, which is why I think I cut mine at the beginning of 2018. I was the first one to cut mine, yeah. So at the beginning of 2018, there's a time, and we'd done a stalling thing. No, don't do it. You know, if this happens. And one day I woke up and I was just like, I have to. If these things are not off my head now, I did like, you know when Yam did the first time, where she came home one day and she just picked the scissors at the mirror and just. She looked like, have you watched Nappily Ever After? She just did that thing, that scene for her cutting.
Damn, girl.
That was, yeah.
But that's a very
It's for
powerful
real.
scene.
It's
Yeah, it
magical,
is.
man, for real. But
Yeah.
that's basically how I felt when I was cutting my locks off. It felt like that thing for Napoli Ever After, for just like, I'm done with this shit. I can't do it anymore. But yeah, I didn't think, not then though. In hindsight, I think that's what happened. Sorry.
That's interesting. So the first time I cut my hair, which was 2010, I think it was, I didn't feel like I was changing my life. I think I was just bored, honestly. I was tired of having to go to the salon so often, because, like I said, I had relaxed my hair again. And I had a really great hairdresser. My hair looked so healthy, even though it was permed. I wish I could find like some pictures of that time, like in my early Kampala days. Really had the luscious locks, but I was just tired of that maintenance. You both know how lazy I am about my hair. Like the minimum effort, like bare minimum effort is what I'm giving. So the first time it wasn't, it was just like because I'm tired. The second time I had been thinking about it for a while. Like Gavani, I think it was only in hindsight that I'm like, it needed to be the shedding of a season. So I can see that aspect of things. But to be honest, I think Gavani's cutting it inspired me more. I had been thinking about it, but it still felt like such a big change. But when she cut hers and we were just like, life is continuing, I was like, oh my gosh, this is actually within reach. I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah.
Um, and and I remember when I finally made the decision, I was actually so excited about it. And my locks were like delicious also. They were just
They were
like
so good.
so even, so long. They were not like I everyone. There are a lot of people whose hearts were broken when I cut my hair. They just could not understand. Um, but I feel like I felt a freedom after. It might not have been what I was chasing after, but when it was done, I was just like, what? You mean I've just been holding on to madness, really? And yeah, that's what kept me going. And then I also liked the versatility of a haircut. I think with locks, after some time, you can get bored of like, I mean, you're only ever just styling them, but um, I liked the idea of like a twist out, or the sponge with the holes to get the rough look, or like a more tapered look. It felt like I had options or a freshness, and that's the feeling I think I treasured more: the freedom, the freshness, the easy change. And yeah, so it wasn't that I was going into it to change my life, but the fact that it did, I think, was pretty exciting. How
That
about
makes
for you?
sense. I feel like for me, it almost, I didn't go into it thinking that I was going to change my life, although I did feel like I was at a pivotal season. Um, it was 2018. I think it was October for me. But I remember being very upset about something and just being like, you know what? Today is the day my hair is going. So it was just a Sunday, random Sunday. I went to the bathroom. I decided today is the day. And I think I even did it on Instagram, like just on my stories, just out here cutting my hair. And everyone thought I had lost my mind, and I had a lot of concerned people as
It's
well, like, is
Britney,
everything
bitch.
okay? You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
quite honestly, I was fine. You know what I mean? Like, I had already come to the realization that I wanted to move on. And like you, Nyam, I think all of us, we had very good locks. We're the ones who showed people, like,
We
listen,
really, and their hair
locks
was
can
so
be,
long.
they
We
were
all had
long,
such
they
nice
were
long
well
locks.
kept, they were
Mm.
very nice. And I realized, like, because me, my locks always used to be so neat and whatever, like, I've always been a babe of, like, my hair has to be so neat and precise. Um, when I was just leaving the growth to happen, and I was like, I don't feel like retwisting. And now I had moved to America, so everything is on me. I have to do it myself. I can't just go to a salon because, like, it's expensive, you know? So I think that was the point where I was like, you know what, it's time to change. And when it changed, I think I felt like I had released a lot of things. You know what I mean? I felt like a shedding almost. That was not the intent, but that's what happened out of it, you know? So I messed around with my hair short and and was cutting it and doing all kinds of zigzag things on the sides, the bow
Malines.
wows. You remember when bow wow was the was the standard poster in any nini?
He was
All
in all the
barber shops.
kinyozis.
He was in the barber shops, but he was also in the saloons because
He
he
was
had the
because of the
lines
cornrows.
too. Yeah.
But I'm saying, I think it also helped to know that our head shape would work with any hairstyle. Because let me tell
Right.
you, no,
You're
because there's
right.
so many people who I have met who are just like, I would cut my hair, but I don't think it would look hot. And the reason I've remembered is because when she was talking about she did it in October, when we went for Thanksgiving, we all had short hair, but we looked so bomb. Like when we were doing
Oh
the
my
NOLA trip,
gosh.
we all looked so fire. I had my blonde hair, Shiko with her cut, you had your cut. All of us looked so cute. And I'm like, that's not everyone's testimony. So also, I think I think it
Gavani, what are
helps.
you saying?
No,
Oh my
I think it
gosh.
helps. I think it helps that we're able to. I think there's
Kazani said know
a
your head
thing.
circumference before you cut your
No,
head.
it's
Gavani
not
said
that.
it.
It's
Your
that
hair.
I feel like some people feel like for them they have to think through how they change their hair because of how the hairstyle will look. Whereas I don't think that has ever been a thought that has crossed my mind when I'm thinking about changing my hair. If tomorrow I decided to
But
cut
I
my
think
hair,
also that's like
I
an
won't be like, oh
insecurity
no,
thing as well. That might
that's
just
true.
be an insecurity thing because at the end of the day, like until we cut our hair, we didn't know that we would look good with short hair.
Exactly.
It was a
Correct.
risk. We were like, fuck it, like I'm going to cut it and it is what it is. We'll see what
Me, I
happens
knew I
from
looked
here.
good. When I was being John Karanja, I was a handsome boy.
You had experience.
You had the
So
experience
You
for
had
sure.
I knew
experience.
I'd
You
look
had
good.
and but that's so funny, Gadani. Like, let's just be honest, because when you were John Karanjaring it, you weren't feeling yourself.
No, but you see, it's cause for me when I was small, hair, it's I've had to go through the a journey of detaching myself from my identity from my hair. So for a long time, long hair has been a thing. Beauty was in the length. So when it wasn't long, I didn't feel beautiful. And I think that's also part of
Oh.
what I released with my dreadlocks because the dreadlocks was the one time in my life where it was my hair. It's not like I had to have long hair from braids or from something else. It was me who had the thing. So it felt like I had earned my beauty. And I know that sounds psycho, but like it felt like that. And so part of the release with the dreadlocks is being like, I am not my hair genuinely, where my beauty is not dependent on like my hair. You know, we went to what do you call it? Engage, and there's a lady who was at Engaged, and she was talking about her cancer journey, and she said the thing that she struggled with the most, or the prayer she had, was asking God that her hair doesn't fall off because she's really attached to her hair. That was me, where it would be like if I had been like Nyam, who one day woke up and there were clumps of my hair on the. Listen, when I say crisis, Chico, you'd have had to come home. We'd have had to figure out what is this thing. Now I'm less attached to my hair, where I'm just like, if someone came in and is like, I'm cutting your hair, I'd be like, bet. I mean, it'll grow back. But for a long time, my sense of
And that's
beauty and my
exactly it.
comfort in it was in the length,
And that's
not just
exactly
having
it. Like
it.
that's why everyone else who thinks like, "Oh, you had such long nice dreads," because by the time we were all cutting our dreads, they were very long. Um and I was like, "Well, it'll grow back, you know?" Like I feel like you've done a lot of processing and you've done a lot of healing in how you view yourself versus
Mm.
exactly your hair.
Can we
So,
just talk about those Wella ads? Because those are the things that were making us think long hair is beautiful. All those shampoo ads that were running in the TV stations of old, and all those hairs. There was not one black woman. You know,
never
it was
never a
just
black woman, but
never
it's
a
being
black
sold to
woman,
us.
but it's being sold to us, and oh, she's on
For
a
me, the
boat.
greater thing is even discovering now on Twitter how all the babes who are on like beautiful beginnings and dark and lovely and all those boxes coming out now and being like my hair was natural on that shoot. Please let me tell you, it's a wild that we were here just craving. I remember looking at that babe on the beautiful beginnings box and just being like, I can't believe I'm not allowed to do this till I'm 18. Oh, but then alas, her hair was like mine. If I had known,
Creamy crack.
I would not have creamy cracked because she didn't have any. They just her
Yeah,
she was just hot combed.
maybe even her, she
Yeah.
just had a hot comb. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, genuinely.
So, what would you say your relationship is with your hair now, and how do you feel most comfortable wearing it? Yeah.
So, as I've mentioned previously, I'm very lazy. My hair is natural. I'm growing it out um, until I lose patience. Let me say that. um, so I realized when I started my natural journey now after cutting my hair, my frustration comes when I have to do my hair myself. Yeah, so all this naturalista life of every, I have a wash day and I have a pre-poo and I do all these things to my hair before I wash it, and then I deep condition and whatever. And when I was trying to do that, it really made me so annoyed all the time. I was like, I'm spending so much time, I'm so exhausted. To be honest, I could relate with the woman who hit me with a blow dryer, because I was just like, literally every week I have a serious arm day. Come on, like it's not
Oh my
sustainable.
gosh.
So for as what I've realized is I'm able to grow my hair in as long as I'm not doing it myself. So I'm
Hashtag
committed
princess
to,
life.
yeah, so I'm committed to having someone else do it. So a lot of the times I'll have it in braids, or I might have it like in twists. Yeah, so I guess I'm on the growth journey. I'm just waiting to see how it progresses. I'm a bit more sensitive now to a blow dry. Before I was saying the smoke was good for me. I was like, yes, burn it. Now I'm like, oh, okay, maybe, yeah, even like the chick who blow dries me, I'll be like, I think that's enough,
Wow.
So
But you go to also like a really nice naturalista salon.
yeah, when I'm doing my twist outs, I have a really nice lady who they treat the hair well and gently, the way we read in the blogs that I cannot achieve for myself. So as long as I make sure that at least for half of the year she has done my hair, then I know I'll retain length and I'll have that healthy hair in spite of myself. Yeah.
Kadani?
Interesting. Um, my journey with my hair now is just experimental. I'm like, whatever I feel like doing is what I do. I've had red hair, I've had blonde hair, I've had short hair, I've had long hair, I've had dreadlocks. It's texturized now because, unlike Nyam, I'm the person who likes. I hate people touching my hair. It might be, I think, a sense of the trauma from before, So I want to do it myself. But it had gotten to the point where I hated my hair because of how hard it was to maintain. And I'm not saying natural hair is bad, it's just I could not stand it. I like ease in the maintenance of my hair, but I want to do it myself. So I texturized it because then whatever I want to do, it's easier for me. Like if I need to wash my hair in the house, guys, the other day I washed my hair
Can never be
and I
me.
let it air dry. What? And I could comb it? Listen, I don't think you understand. Okay, I understand I might have let down a lot of naturalistas, but for me to love my hair, I need it to be able to do that. I need to be able to be in water, get out, and not be like, shit, now what? Like, how do I process? I don't feel that way about my hair. So I texturized it, I think like a month ago. Now I'm like, oh, what can I do? I can braid it. I can do, whatever it is. But um, I don't know that I'm as attached to it. It's now just an experimental thing. I feel like in a few weeks I might have color. I don't know what color, it's the time to be like purple or whatever, but that's basically me. Yoshiko?
For me, my hair is natural. It is a lot to manage, but it's not a lot to manage as compared to you guys, please. That is not what I'm trying to
No,
say.
we get it.
What
No,
I'm
you're in
saying
America.
is my
Please.
struggle is I'm in America and I don't have the luxury of going to a salon down the street who will blow dry my hair for me and wash for me and braid it, and I'll only have spent like 2000 max, with all of that. Um it's expensive to do hair out here. Like even those wig backs, they're $40 to get them done. And out here,
Damn.
wash and blow dry is
You
an
do yourself.
additional cost. That's another
Mm.
30. So plus tip and
Wait.
everything, I'm paying almost $100 if I want to go to the salon for someone to do for me lines
With your own hair. You're
with
spending
my
a
own
10,000.
hair.
Oh, Jesus.
10,000.
Jesus. Oh,
When we're talking
mother.
about braids, if I go to the Africans, it's that's what they call them in Atlanta. Did you go to the Africans? Your hair is so neat.
If you go to your
For
sisters,
braids. If I go to the
Mm.
Africans, they'll charge me 180 for braids. That's
without
also
washing and blow drying
not
your
to
hair.
wash, not blow dry. Exactly. And that's
That's
just
a human
standard.
hair wig in Nairobi.
Exactly. Exactly. So my journey has been that of Travis Scott. My sisters know what Travis Scott is. But
Really?
Oh, do we know
what I
it?
do is on Sundays I wash my hair. I'm pretty good about deep conditioning. Sundays I'll wash, I'll deep condition. I deep condition my hair at least 3 times a month. And then Kathan is like could never be me.
Can never be me.
And then what I'll do is I'll literally just put leave-in conditioner and a cream, and then I'll divide my hair into three. So the back will be its own section, and then the front will have two sections, and then I'll braid it. So I'll have three taru-tarus. What are they called?
Maturas.
Three?
Three
Three
strand
strand,
twists.
not
Three
three
Twists.
strand
strand
tree.
twists.
They're called three
Three
strand
strand
twists.
braids.
No, twists, yeah.
No, they're actually
Want to be twist.
braids. How can you twist three strands?
Guys, me am I the one who has called them? I'm just telling you what Google says.
So, Rastas.
Anyway, that's why I call them Travis Scott, because I look like Baba Stormy the way my
Yeah.
hair looks. And then
Stormy.
typically what I'll do is wear a wig on top of
Mm.
that. Right now, my hair is in braids because I came from Nairobi, but let's just look at the situation real quick.
Please
This one you
do.
have to
Let's
go
show
the
the
video.
situation.
Okay.
Could someone tell me, like,
Please, no.
what are
We
these
can't
called?
show
Goddess locks
anyone.
or goddess braids?
We're first
Yeah, I
just even
think
traumatized that you're trying to show anyone what is on your head
goddess.
currently.
Goddess.
It's
Anyway,
a
then
nest.
the braids. Shut up. Oh, she said I have a nest on my head.
It's okay, they'll see.
No, it's those braids. It's those braids where they leave out strands of curly pieces. Tell me why it's all like matted and knotted. Like I literally just have like one.
I'll
giant
show a before
dreadlock
and
on my
after.
head right now.
Okay, don't worry, I
You
got you.
have to. We have to do a
Yeah.
before and after. Whoa.
Yeah. Whoa.
Anyway, so that's my journey. I'm usually in the wigs, and some weeks I'll decide to do wash and go. So I'll literally just put leave-in conditioner and gel. And when I'm doing a wash and go, I can last a whole week, but most of the time on Wednesday I'll wash my hair again and whatever it the rest of the week. Regardless, my hair has to be washed once a week.
Must be
So
nice.
I'm about to be
that's
the
my
babe who'll try a
journey.
wash and go now. That's why we are here.
Nyam is
Can
like,
try
I
it.
don't care. I will go to the salon.
Yeah. Now before that used to be the bane of my existence, going to someone else to do my hair. But now I'm like, if I'm trying to grow my hair, that's the only way it survives. So
Yeah.
But I need you to understand why me, I like doing my own hair. I want to take you back to Kenyatta Market. I want to take you back to the banana. I just want you to know that this woman would turn your head. You'd have to sit facing her on the stool. And then she'd mash your head between her thighs to hold you as she does the lines towards the middle. Listen, for that Gadoni, I cannot. Okay, listen, that's the girl. That's the girl we are fighting for here. Who had smell, the thighs, the heat, the ooh, Jesus.
And let's not
Oh my
forget when you
God.
did braids, when you did like what do they call them now? Senegalese twists.
The
But when you
twists,
used to do those
whichever.
twists, they would nini them on their thighs. They would put the hair on
Yeah,
the thighs
so
and roll.
there's like 4 women with legs up around you. It's just like a cloud. Oh my God. In the sun of January in Nairobi, guys.
Oh my gosh, I'm so
I'm even crying.
stressed.
Listen, I'm genuinely crying. I don't think for that Gadoni, I can't do it. Okay, guys.
We respect that Gadani.
we
For her,
respect it.
Wow.
okay.
For
For
all our
her, I'm gonna.
experiences, it's understandable.
Jesus.
It's
Yes, Aunty
understandable.
Saloon.
It's wow.
Hey, Auntie
Yeah.
Saloon done traumatized a babe. So please, this is
Oh
why
my gosh.
if you are a naturalist and you are going to be upset about my texturizing, I want you to remember that smell and
Funny.
understand.
No,
Thank you.
I can't.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Anyway, we would love to hear your hair journeys. Are there any similar to us? It would be fun to do a reaction episode with this where we respond to your hair stories. So please send them to us. Gadoni, where can they find us?
You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at OKKiasi. That's OKAYKIASI.
What with the smoothness?
Right?
I saw you
Damn.
trying to. Shiko was doing for me to like with her mouth to be like the letter is I. I'm like, girl, I
No,
got
no,
this.
no. I was
If
following. That
you
was my mind following. I was like, wow.
you were like,
Okay. I
it's
gave
like
you the head
Arab.
bounce.
Hey, if you would rather reach us on email, we're at okkiasi@gmail.com.
Period.
And you can also reach out on our individual social medias if you're there. If you're not, just follow Kikiasi. You know what I mean. Oh, we're on YouTube also at Kikiasi. Go and subscribe. Some magic is about to happen there.
Exactly. So we are so excited for this upcoming season. Thank you for sticking with us. If you're new, welcome. One, welcome
Karibs.
all. This is ours.
Yeah,
It's a gurn.
this
And
is us.
it's a gang
Share the
gang.
link with your peoples, gang.
Yes. And like always, I'm Shiko.
Yum.
And I'm Gadani.
This has been Okay Kiasi. Thank you so much for listening. We will see you next week. Bye.
Bye.